Hey, good morning, Patriots. This is Mr. Short here. This is actually, believe it or not, we're starting the fifth week of classes. We just completed our fourth week on Friday. And so this week we're going to take a moment to look back and reflect on the first 4 weeks of classes. In our problem solving process, we talked about the 4 steps of the problem solving process, with that fourth step being reflection. Well, that's what we're going to do this week. Okay, on the screen right now, I've put five bullet points that we're going to talk about right now, and the things that you're going to be quizzed on this week. Okay, so the first thing is a problem. We started off talking about the problem-solving process, and before we could determine how to solve problems, we first had to understand what a problem is. Okay, so we define a problem as something that can be fixed or improved. The second bullet point there is the 4 steps of the problem-solving process. Okay, remember, the first thing you must always do is define the problem. Okay, once you've determined, that you have a problem, once you've determined there's something that can be fixed or improved, you have to define that problem. Okay, then you're going to prepare. The second step is to prepare. And in preparing is when you brainstorm, you work with other people, you really come up with some ideas about how you think you may be able to solve the problem. Okay, once you've prepared and you've got what you think is a solution in place, you're going to try that. You're going to try that solution. That is the third step, is to try. Okay, now when we try, things don't always work out the way that we would like them to. Sometimes we get lucky and the solution that we come up with works right away, and a lot of times it doesn't, and that happens in all kind of things that go on in life. Okay, so we're going to try is our third step. And the fourth step in the problem-solving process is to reflect. And remember, we talked about in class how reflecting is, when you look into a mirror, what's looking back at you? Your reflection. Okay, so that's looking back at you. So to reflect means to look back and kind of see how things have turned out. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. But the one thing we can always do when we reflect is we can take those results and we can try and improve on them. We talk about continuous improvement in class a lot. And, every day we should be waking up with a goal to try to do something a little bit better today than we did yesterday. Now, the third bullet point there is a computer. Okay, we define what a computer actually is. A computer is a machine that processes information. The fourth step, or the fourth bullet point there, we talk about the 4 different things that make up a computer, the 4 parts of a computer, and those are the input, output, process, and storage. An input is any device or component that allows information to be given to a computer. The second one is output, which is any device or component that receives information from a computer. The third one is processing. Okay, that is the work done by a computer to turn an input. Remember, an input is something that gives information to a computer. So we're going to turn that input into an output. And the fourth part that makes up a computer, the fourth thing is storage. Storage is the act of a computer storing something for future use. And that processing piece, turning an input into an output, that is done through an algorithm, which is our 5th bullet point. Algorithm is a series of commands a computer uses to process information. Now, we've had a lot of information these first 4 weeks, but for review purposes and for the purposes of this class, I want to make sure that you guys really understand these 5 key principles that we've went over so far this week. Okay, we want to be able to define a problem. We want to know the 4 steps of the problem-solving process. We want to understand what a computer is. We want to know the 4 parts of a computer, and then we also need to understand that an algorithm is a series of commands a computer uses to process information. Okay, those are the 5 key things that I want you guys to understand this week. Okay, some of you guys have done a great job with that up to this point, and that's evident by the scores you're getting on your assignments. And I really appreciate all of your hard work and all the effort that you guys have put in. I know it's not easy. This school year really is a learning curve for everyone, including your teachers, including your school staff. But I'm very pleased with the effort that I see you guys put in. This is not easy for anyone. It's not easy, but like everything, we talk about in class, everything in life, you want to be able to have that continuous improvement approach where you get up every day and you try to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. And that's the same way with these lessons in this class. We want each week to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit better than it was the week before. Okay, that's how we grow as students. That's how we continue to grow as teachers. And that's the approach that I think all of us need to have during this pandemic. Because I really believe that we're going to come out of this pandemic better students, better teachers for having to go through the things that we've been through. Okay, so as always, if you guys have any questions this week, please feel free to email me. I'm still working through some of the grading issues. I know we had some grading issues last week, so we're still working through some of that. Remember, moving forward, we want to try so today is Monday, September 14th. So by this coming Sunday, we're going to close out this week. So make sure you have the entire week to get your assignments done, and we're going to do that every week moving forward. So this week, right now, I want you to watch this video. I want you to review these 5 key points for this week, and you're going to have a quiz on them. Okay, so not a lot of assignments this week, but it's kind of a culmination of the things you guys have done the last 4 weeks. So you're going to have this video, you're going to have these 5 key points that you're going to study, and you're going to take a quiz so I can kind of see where you're at so far in class. All right, I hope you guys have a great week. If you have any questions, if you need me for anything, please do not hesitate to reach out. All right, thank you guys. Goodbye.